No, I'm not very excited. I am very excited. I don't want to say I'm very excited because everybody says I'm very excited. I'm so excited. Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Sunshine and this is Everyday Sunshine. Today we're playing with all matte makeup. As someone who is mature, I am 51 years old, I have really been drawn to kind of a more perfected look lately, which is not what I would have done a year ago or 2 years ago. I was all about, as everyone was, the glowy, no makeup, like just barely there, that whole kind of vibe. But we're kind of seeing the pendulum swing back towards actual makeup. And I am loving it because I have always been a lover of makeup. Always. I played around with my mother's makeup when I was a little kid, being able to buy my own makeup, piece by piece from the drugstore when I was a teenager. And then in my 20s, kind of putting together an actual makeup collection. Not a collection, call it a bag, right? A bag of makeup. I'm just loving that we're kind of going towards more matte, full coverage looks. It's possible to get that look with mature skin and not have it age you, because a lot of times very mattifying products are very drying. They're very harsh on the skin. They can make you look older. I wanted to challenge myself to come up with a fully matte look that did not age me, that didn't enhance anything that we don't want enhanced. And I think I have found a good selection of products that help me achieve that look without aging me. So let's take a look at what products I use to get this look today. We're going to start with a Calliray blurring primer. It is very blurring and very mattifying, but it is not drying. That is the key for me to be able to wear like an all matte makeup look. Primer does a fantastic job of smoothing out the skin, mattifying the skin, but it is not drying. This is a fantastic primer. Absolutely love it. It works well with any foundation. If you've never tried this, I highly, highly recommend it. For foundation, I want to use something that is matte but non-drying. And for me, that is the Anastasia Impeccable Matte Blurring Foundation. Now on me, this isn't super matte. It's quite like natural to satin, be a soft matte, non-drying, and that is the name of the game for being, having mature skin and being able to wear something matte or having a matte look. This is in the shade 1.5N. I have been loving this foundation. Now, the key to this foundation for me is not using a lot. Don't even use a full pump of this. Like, you don't need much. It is so full coverage that you really only need the smallest amount. I think that is the key to getting this foundation as natural as can be with a full coverage foundation. But on me, it's not cakey. It doesn't settle. Like, it's beautiful. This foundation is beautiful on the skin. Now, again, I highly suggest not using too much. If I use too much, it looks like too much, right? Because it is so full coverage. I mean, that was like half a pump and everything is completely blanked out and covered. Now, it looks really matte right now because I used the Calliray primer. This kind of adapts to whatever you put it on top of. So if I were to use a really glowy primer, it would look more satin, more luminous. It looks really, really matte today because I used the Calliray primer, and that's what I was going for, right? I want this to be very matte. I'm trying to do like a very matte kind of look. Moving on, we're going to go in with concealer. I'm going to use my Typology concealer. I have just been loving this. It works so well with every foundation I throw at it, every situation. It's very skin-like. It's easy to blend out. The downside being there are only 6 shades. That is the Typology concealer blended out. Love this concealer. It reminds me a lot of the Victoria Beckham concealer. The consistency, the way that they sit on the skin, they are very similar products to me. I love the Victoria Beckham concealer, but $68 for 0.08 ounces is crazy to me. I'm afraid to use it too much because I don't want to fly through it, because $70 a month for a concealer is a lot. This will last forever. Ordinarily with this foundation, I don't find the need to set my face. Since I'm going for like a matte full coverage look, I am going to set my face, and I am going to use my RMS Beauty Hydra powder. Now, although this says Hydra setting powder, I find it to be very matte. It's more matte than my Makeup by Mario. It's more matte than any powder that I own, but it's not dry. So that is, again, I think the key to a look like this for mature skin. You need matte products that aren't drying. This is not drying. I'm mainly going to focus on the T-zone. Face is set. We are looking matte. We are looking flat. We are looking flawless. I'm going to use a little bit of bronzer just to warm up my face. I'm going to use my Victoria Beckham Beauty Matte Bronzing Brick. It's so beautiful. These colors, I'm going to start with the lighter shade and just kind of go a little more liberally on the perimeter of my face, just to bring back a little bit of dimension. Okay, so that just added just the slightest bit of sculpting, which is kind of what I was looking for. I just want a little bit of dimension and not to be quite flat. I want to be matte, but I don't want the contours of my face to look flat. I'm just going to go in now with a darker shade, just very lightly. Blush to me has become one of my very favorite things to wake up my mature skin. I think that blush just brings life to the face. It makes you look awake. Blush is like my desert island product. I am using the Patrick Ta She's Seductive blush. Probably the most neutral blush shade that I have in a powder form. I do have some very beautiful nothing blushes that are cream, but I want to do a matte look. I'm going to try to keep it light and not go too overboard. There's just something about what blush does to the face that, like, I love it. We are not going to use the cream to top the blush. Ordinarily I would, but we're not going to today. We're going to try to keep everything super matte. So we're going to use MAC Lingering and fill in my brows. I'm going to try to keep the brow very light. We're going to use an all matte eye look. I am going to use my Viseart palette. For most of it, I might dip into another palette. We'll see how it goes. But I'm going to take that lightest matte shade and just pop it into the crease. I think I'm going to dip into my Lawless palette, and I'm going to go with this brown right here, this dark brown to neutral brown. I mean, it's leaning more warm than cool, but it's the most neutral brown that I can find right now. So this is what we're going to do. And I'm just going to kind of tap that on the outer corner. Oh yeah, so that's perfect. And because I have deep set eyes, I'm always trying to minimize that brow bone, right? To make everything look a little more flat. And that's why I put shadow up here, if you're wondering. If you're like, what is she doing? That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to minimize the look of my brow bone and my deep set eyes. Give everything the illusion of being on the same plane. It's also a great tip if you have hooded eyes. I think a lot of people confuse hooded eyes with deep set eyes. A lot of people with deep set eyes don't have a lot of lid space, and I think that they think that means they have hooded eyes. It doesn't. It's kind of a perfect deep brown without going super cool or super warm. Just deepening that up a little bit, giving some dimension there to the outer corner. I'm going to go on to the lid with a matte white shade. Just going to pack that on. Put a little bit into my inner corner too, just to brighten up there. That's a really pretty shade. I love my shimmers and sparkles so much that I rarely do an all matte eye look. That shade is really pretty. Taking that just slightly under my lash line. I'm going to leave the eyeshadow there, and I'm going to do a wing. I feel like it makes me look my best, so that's what I'm going to do. But first, I'm going to tightline with the Victoria Beckham Satin Kajal in black. I'm going to do a wing here with this, and I'm using my Nars Climax eyeliner. This is a great eyeliner. It's got a bristle brush, which is my favorite. I don't like felt tip eyeliners. And we're just going to try to do a little wing. I always try to do just a little wing and it gets away from me. That is as good as it's going to get, so I'm going to leave that there before they take over my face. I am going to use my Tower 28 Make Waves mascara. This is just my favorite mascara. mascara is done. I absolutely love this mascara. It never fails me. I'm going to line my lips with my Dior Gone Greige liner. I'm going to use this as kind of a lip contour, not necessarily a lip liner, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to go outside my lip line slightly, just on the top. I'm going to try to soften it so it's not like a line, it's more like a shadow. Now I'm going to go in with MAC Cool Teddy and actually line my lips. For my lip color, I am going to use MAC YASH. This is a peachy pink nude. It's very nude on me, but really, really pretty. That is MAC YASH with Cool Spice and Gone Greige Dior lip liner. Did I call this Gone Greige? I did. I called this Gone Greige. You guys, this is not Gone Greige. Gone Greige was another color that is discontinued and you can't find it anymore. I'm so sorry. This is Dior Greige Attitude. I'm sorry. This is the look that I came up with. We're very matte. We're also very, very perfected. Let me lean in here so you can hopefully get a look at this matte, flawless skin. So this was a fun experiment for me. I hope that you enjoyed it as well. Just kind of putting together an all matte, very perfected makeup look for mature skin. Using this selection of products that do not enhance your lines, that do not make you look dry, that don't make you look cakey or older, things that don't split or cake up on your face like perhaps the makeup of the 90s would do. It would do. I mean, I didn't have a line or wrinkle to speak of back then, but you can bet if I did, it would have collected and gathered in every single one of them because those products were harsh. I think the concealer that I used was like a stick concealer from the drugstore. We're talking pan stick, pancake makeup, harsh, heavy duty makeup. But this makeup is so much gentler. This foundation perfects your skin. You don't need a lot of product to get a flawless, flawless look. Really glides over fine lines and just sits beautifully on the skin. It minimizes your pores. It is a flawless look for my mature skin that I am very, very happy with. The RMS powder, again, this is a very mattifying powder. Way more matte than any of my other powders, but it's non-drying and it doesn't look cakey on the skin. Beautiful powder. Of course, the Patrick Ta blush, this shade in particular is beautiful. Very happy with the MAC re-release of the nude lipsticks. They're so much fun. I know that some of you have let me know what shades you picked up. I do want to show you just at the end of the video the dry down of the Anastasia foundation. If this is a foundation that you're interested in, I do have a full review of this foundation where I cover that it oxidizes. That's a significant difference. So if you're interested in getting this shade, I would probably get a little bit lighter than you think you need or get a sample in store. Try it on, wear it a couple of days, let it sit on your face for at least 20 minutes before you make a shade determination. I'm really liking the direction that makeup is headed, both matte and glowy options, because glowy things are still coming out, but now we're getting some matte releases. We're getting some matte lipsticks, matte blushes. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. So let me know if you are loving this new kind of matte trend, playing with more coverage, a more flawless look versus the clean girl look or the no makeup makeup. I'm loving it. I'm here for it. I like makeup that looks like makeup. I'm not into the clean girl thing. The clean girl thing does not look good on me. I need something more. I'm older. I need more. I need more blush. I need more definition in my eyes. I need more definition on my lips. I can't just throw on tinted sunscreen and a lip gloss. I mean, I can do whatever I want, but that's not what makes me feel my best. I feel my best when my eyes are accentuated, my lips are accentuated. You know what I mean? Like that's what makes me feel my best. So I'm loving that we are going more towards makeup versus no makeup. So if you feel the same way, let me know. I would like to thank you again for spending some time with me. It means a lot to me that I have like over 300 individual people who have decided to subscribe to my channel that are interested in what I'm saying. You watch my video, you're taking time out of your life to watch me. I cannot tell you what that means to me. I cannot tell you how appreciative I am. I started this channel thinking that I would get 3 to 5 views. And that was fine. I just wanted an outlet to talk, but now I have like 300 of you. My mind is blown. I know that you probably watch people with thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of subscribers, and you're like, girl, please, to me, it means a lot. So Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching me. I hope to see you in my next video. And until then, take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.